Hi, and welcome back to Thone's James Nibbles number 40. Beware of personal favoritism, part 5 of 7. God's dislike of partiality. This comes from James chapter 2, verses 1 through 13, which we've been doing the last several days, so you're probably familiar with that already. And it's about following God's plan. God has a plan. This is why this is in the Bible. Relates Jesus' sacrifice to God's plan. So we have two acts of the deity, so to speak. God has a plan, and Jesus, as part of that plan, must sacrifice himself for a period of time. Communications. We should follow the path of grace. The application to me. We first can begin with an observation by the old gentleman Ozymandias. When poor people are not preoccupied with the things of the world, then when they come to faith, they often become more energetic and more determined to walk as if all of it the rich people do. And that's so true. Given an opportunity, poor people will tend to want to do the right thing. Commentary on James. And he also has Warren Wiersbe has a comment on this area, and his observation is, the doctrine of God's grace, if we really believe it, forces us to relate to people on the basis of God's plan and not on the basis of human merit or social status. When he died, Jesus broke down the wall that separated Jews and Gentiles. But in his birth and life, Jesus broke down the walls between rich and poor, young and old, educated and uneducated. He broke down all those barriers because he believed that everybody is to be loved. God leads us with worldly success is not always related to God's grace. And, it's not always related. I mean, to be rich could be you're rich because it's in God's plan, or it could be because you're rich because of your greed, or anything in between. And so worldly success certainly is not a sign that you are a godly person. It doesn't say that it's impossible that you're a godly person, but only that it is not necessarily a requirement. And my response to all this is, Lord, thank you for showing us that following your plan is most important in becoming a good ambassador of heaven. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be doing many of the other things that we sometimes do. It's not that some of them are wrong necessarily, but they shouldn't get in the way of us being good ambassadors to heaven. And that's what he's talking about here. We'll talk to you next time.